Hello YouTube, Krang over here with another DIY. Today I'm checking the valve clearance on my Suzuki Savage. I'm here rattling. I've been hearing it for quite a while. I think ever since after 2 weeks I had this bike. So I decided to make a quick video. I already took off basically everything I need to access this, so I'll just go over it real quick, right? Remove the tank, just the 2 bolts and the hose from the carburetor, right? So you can move it out of the way. Gotta remove this cover here. I did it with this just a kind of wide flat screwdriver, and it wasn't tight. They say you need a special tool for that Honda makes, but not necessary. Another thing now, to remove, these are the 2 covers, but let's go with this one first. These 2, to remove it, especially the one on the right side, you probably gonna need one of these 10mm curved. It's better to access on the other side of the motorcycle, on the right side. For this side is good, you have good clearance. And you need to also remove the spark plug, so you will be able to move the crank easier. To move the crank, you need a 17mm socket, and you need to align it for the top dead center. Let me see if you can see this. Nope. And okay, hold on a second. Let me turn the light on. Okay, now the flash is on. Let me zoom in. What you gotta do, you gotta see that groove right there. Let me use the screwdriver so I can. That groove right there. You can see it right there. That little line needs to align with this groove right there on the cover. So those 2, that and that need to be aligned. Let me see if I can. Right, basically that line. See that groove with that line needs to be aligned. Then you gotta come and check that you have play. You see, just rock it a little bit. Let me see if you can hear it. Okay. See how there's a little plate in it. This one too. If any of them doesn't have play when you move them, right? You see here? Then you just need to rotate it another 180 degrees until you get play on all 4 valves. Okie doke. So now I was checking on mine. You're gonna need, got one of these on Amazon, and I don't know if the light's gonna let me. Okay, 0.03 inches, right? 0.003 inches and 0.005. So 0.003 is for the intake side. The intake valves are 0.003, and mine are actually right now 0.005. I checked it and it fits in there. It shouldn't, but the exhaust ones are on 0.00, less than 0.005, because I tried to run them in there and they wouldn't fit. So which means whoever did this probably did it backwards, because the exhaust valves need to have more clearance because they get hotter since they're on the exhaust side. So that's why they need a little more clearance than the intake ones. So you get your little gauge thing and just run it through the top. Let me see here, top side there. Okay, you see, that 005 is not supposed to fit. Let me go again. There you go, you see? It's not supposed to go through. So I'm gonna adjust that. And you need this will work perfectly. 10 millimeter with a, what is it, 1/4 inch, I believe, 1/4 inch drive. It will fit really good here. So you gotta loosen the knot, and then because it's really tight, it's pretty tight, it's got good torque. So you gotta loosen the knot and then find a flathead screwdriver, maybe one of the 90-degree ones, the little ones. I'm gonna actually see if I have one here. And then you can turn it until you have, and you use your gauge so you can go like kind of like really fit snug. This little blade needs to fit snug in between the rocker arm and the valve. So all right, I'm gonna mess with that right now. Okay guys, I already adjusted it. I wish I would have been able to record this what I did it, but it was impossible to do one-handed. So the way I did it was I used this little screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and you are able, it's good, you know, to go at an angle like this. So once I loosened the nut, I was able to turn it with the flathead, and then you have to hold it, right? So use your curve 10 millimeter like so. So I just put it like there, boom, and then you hold it with the screwdriver. You hold it in place like this, and then you'll be able to tighten it up and keeping this in place so you're not gonna lose your adjustment. All right, and then that's it. Verify that you still have some plate after you've done it. Let me see if I can move it. I have plate, but it's a little, okay, let me move it on that one. Okay, can you hear it? Okay, and all 4 of them have play, and now they're set properly. 0.003 inches on the intake, 0.005 inches on the exhaust valves. So nothing. Now put everything back and see how it runs, and there is no more rattling.